Hello, everyone. I'm Maria Margaglione from the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance, and I'm here with Jeff Fink and Earl from Go Fetch Wellness. And today we're going to talk about making connections. Jeff Fink, if you would like to introduce yourself, and Earl, that cute guy next to you.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having us. This is Earl, already asleep. He's very excited to be on the show. So I'm Jeff Fink, and this is Earl Fink, and we're coming to you live from Asheville, North Carolina, where Go Fetch Wellness is based. What Go Fetch Wellness does is we're an organization dedicating to helping people with mental health and addiction challenges connect to animals as part of their mental wellness plan. So we found that the healing capabilities of animals can really help people in need. And Earl is would be speaking, but he's a dog, so he'll just give his regards by sitting here looking like he's very bored, except he's having a lot of fun. I can promise you that.
That's awesome. So why don't you tell us how you came to Earl? What happened? What's that story?
So I came to Earl really out of desperation. I had spent over 15 years of my life really being in the system, meaning that I was diagnosed with severe and persistent depression and anxiety first year of college. And from then kind of went down the gamut of treatments and medications and therapies, and it really wasn't getting better. And somewhere along the way, and I believe it was a therapist, someone said, please try to get a dog, try something else. And I said, there's no way I can get a dog. I'm not caring for myself. I can't get out of bed. I don't eat. I'm just not functioning. How can I bring some other living being into this world and take care of them? Well, the reality is I went and got Earl. I'd always wanted a golden retriever. I love the way they smile, and I remember seeing them in a hospital once, and it was just like such a great feeling when I was encompassed by such darkness and really tough thoughts. And I said, I want to get a golden. So I went and got him, and decided I wanted to try to train him as a psychiatric service dog for me, mental health service dog, where he would be there with me and help me, and I would help him, and we'd work together to help each other remain stable and connect to others and really experience life, even among some of our most difficult challenges. And that's how I got him. And through that process, when you're training a service animal, you do what's called public access. You're out in places like restaurants, movie theaters. We were living in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We spent time at the aquarium, at the IMAX theater. And I started running into people. And people were saying, "Oh, that's great. You're training a service dog for someone else. Who's the dog going to go to?" And at first I said, "No." I went along with that. I wasn't ready yet to talk about my mental health struggle. So I said, not sure yet. We're just in the early stages. He's only a few months old. But then I quickly said, this is the industry I want to be in. I want to use my struggles and my challenges to help others. I spent my life not reaching out to people, living with a very severe illness that I couldn't share with anyone. And so I started to answer that question differently. And through that, I really was able to connect to people. When you and I first spoke, you mentioned that, and you're getting into that now too, that it's easier when you have Earl. There's sort of this segue into a conversation, and before you know it, you're talking about mental health issues. You're talking about things that are deeper than the weather, something that's something helpful and meaningful. I was saying through the public access training, through kind of being out and about with Earl, people would, continuously say, they look at me, "Oh, nothing's wrong with him. I don't see a visible disability." So they would say, "You're training that dog." And eventually I said, "No, this is a mental health service dog." And really the conversation would go one of two ways. It would be, wow, like I have anxiety or depression, or my son has been bullied and developed a lot of depression and anxiety around it. can you help them? Or my parents are in the senior living center, and my mom just lost her husband of 40 years and she's really depressed. Can you help them? And I just started connecting. It was so empowering to see that there were so many people out there that are struggling in silence. And why should we have to struggle in silence with something that is as serious as cancer, as serious as diabetes, as serious as any number of things that people aren't silent about? And it was so liberating, and it still is every day. And Earl is my I'm Here pin. He wears this vest, and now the newest edition, the I'm Here pin on there, because people will see the vest, and that will strike up conversation. And hopefully what they'll do is they'll also say, well, what's that pin on there doing? And I can say, this is part of a larger initiative. You don't have to have a service dog. You can actually, I put it on his collar. So I wanted to show people at home that have dogs that want to have their dog wear this. You can wear that safely. Maybe if they're at the dog park, take it off so it doesn't get hooked on something. But what it is it's showing that we are here. We're here to talk to you. We're here to provide support. You're not alone. It's such an isolating illness, and to know that you're not alone, that people are out there that care, that'll sit with you during your darkest moments or help calm you down when you're agitated and anxious, that is life-changing.
Yeah. Well, and I, just telling people in conversation, when I meet new people that, and you brought this up too, when I say that I work at the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance, it's immediately, oh, my aunt has bipolar disorder. Or, they'll go through stories. These are people that I've met on a plane, people that I don't even know and I will never see again, more than likely, telling me stuff that they probably don't talk to their friends about.
I think that's what really is needed. And that's what DBSA does so well through their support groups, is you can go to a support group in any state, or I think it's in any state. In most states I've ever lived in, there's been a support group. And the people I've met, we all share different stories, but it's literally like you have a family right there. And sometimes it's a better family to talk about these challenges with than those you've known, like I was saying, because to be able to talk, to be able to share, to be able to say, look, I really don't feel like I'm safe, I need help. That can be your help right there, just talking about it. But the more we keep things in, and the more we isolate, the more difficult it becomes. And I think that what the animals can do, which is why I started Go Fetch Wellness, and in particular dogs, is they can get us out. They can level that playing field. 70% of the U.S. households have some kind of pet in it: dog, cat, guinea pig, you name it, birds. And our pets can help us start this conversation up with those that may not understand it as well as someone who's lived it. It's, how do we connect with others, and how can we connect whether we're feeling good or we're feeling bad? I still struggle with that. When I have days where I'm really down and I'm down on myself and life, I might not be able to connect with another person, but I'm always connecting with Earl. And a lot of times Earl will bring another person into my life that's perfect for that moment. And without him, it was a lot tougher to do.
I think any of my cats came by, which is going to keep on with the myth that cats are all aloof, but I promise you they're hanging out. There we go. Aww.
There we go. I got him right when your cats are in the background, so hopefully that'll come through.
Well, great. Is there anything else that you want to say?
Just want to thank DBSA for being an incredible organization, and really where I found support when I didn't think I was going to be able to go on, and I found support through DBSA support groups. And I think I'm really for collaborating with anyone working toward the same goal, which is how do we how do we help, fight this? There's a cat noise in the background. How do we help fight this together? We're all in this together. And so thank you all for having me and Earl on the show today.
Well, thanks for being on the show. And again, you can always go to gofetchwellness.com to find out more about Earl and Jeff. Or you can go to dbsalliance.org/I'm here to find out more about the I'm Here campaign. So thanks for joining us, everyone.